Hey Al, you started a little slow from three. Everybody kind of did. Then you hit two big ones down the stretch. Sam hit one. How hard is it to kind of stay with it and keep shooting with that confidence when you just have had a whole game where they haven't been falling?
I mean, I don't think it's very hard just because, we know the type of shooters that we have. We work at this every day, and those are shots that we have to take. We had a lot of good looks, and you just have to take them, and trust in your process. And I always just think back on our work, on our preparation, when we have any kind of ruts like this.
And defensively, it seemed like you guys maybe started a little slow. Maybe a couple games in a row, you guys started a little bit slow. What goes into that, and what turned it around for you guys?
Not ideal. I just think that we have to make sure that we come out, continue to come out more focused. I feel like we've eased into the past couple games, and you can't do that. You simply can't. And I think that the game changed for us when Peyton and Neemi and Sam and those guys came in. They just brought us good energy. That the game started to shift our way, and that's how we were able to I feel like get back in the game.
Al, it seemed like you guys missed a lot of open looks. Things that usually happen go for you didn't, and they were getting the breaks, the 50-50 balls, the offensive rebounds. How do you kind of flip mentally and become the harder playing team? Because I see the fourth quarter and overtime, you guys set in and played harder. How do you make that in-game adjustment when things aren't working out offensively?
I think the biggest thing, to your point, is to stay locked in on the things that you can control. And I feel like defensively, we were doing a good job for the most part, and we didn't get discouraged by our offense. And that's difficult sometimes. That's difficult for teams. I feel like we can get caught up in that, and I just think that for our group, we continue to push, continue to fight. And our defense is what gave us, the chance tonight because, our offense wasn't working, shots weren't falling, and we had to rely on our defense.
You talked about it a little bit with John and Gary's question, but I asked Joe about the difficulty of sticking to your game plan when they're making tough shots and you guys are missing some of the open ones. And he said it's not tough because you guys live by a principle, not a feeling. And I'm curious, you've played for a few coaches. Have all of them followed that mentality? Do some of them switch up? How much has Joe stuck to that mentality of we know what we do best, we're going to stick to our game plan because we trust the math versus other coaches you've played for?
I'm not sure. I think every coach is different. But the one thing I can tell you is I learned to trust Joe pretty quickly, and he has a good feel for the game, and I just trust his judgment, and I feel the same way. We prepare, we do things that we need to do, and we're ready to go, and we're sticking to what we do. We just have to do things consistent, and I think that's the key for us.
Al, what does it do for your confidence when you guys are able to win a game like this, when it's really not going your way for most of the night and you stick with it?
It's big, just because, we're trying to find a way to grind it out. Things are not going our way. Like you said, things are not ideal. But I think for our confidence, it's very important, that this type of game to find a way to win. Brooklyn came in, played well tonight, played really hard. And despite all that, we were in a position where, things got shaky there at the end, and we just found a way. So, I feel like this is good for our group.
Neemi talked a lot last year about how much he was learning from you and how lucky he was to have veteran leadership on the team. What's impressed you the most about just how much he's contributed so early on the season, and what are the kinds of things that you're talking to him or working with him on?
Yeah, I just think it's his mindset. I feel like Neemi's really committed to making sure that he's staying ready to play. He's taking care of his body. He's doing all the little things that he has to do to put himself in a position to play and be available. And then when he gets on the floor, I feel like he has just one play a game that's just unbelievable. Like probably nobody on our team can do some of the things that he can. So that's always encouraging to see that there's like that other level, for him. And for me, it's just I just stay in his ear about him continuing to take his time offensively when he gets offensive rebounds and things like that. And then on the defensive end, that's probably where I'm trying to challenge him the most, to continue to stay solid. And he's been doing a good job with that. And as long as he does that, he's going to be able to play. Because, with our group, you have to be able to defend. You have to be able to defend at a high level. And we're asking him to do different things, and he's doing them. And it's not overwhelming, which is a good thing for him, and it's a really good thing for us in the long run, I think. Thank you.